Liverpool's forward line has just welcomed a fresh addition, with the club sealing a deal that's been steadily gathering pace behind the scenes. With pre-season winding down and competitive fixtures looming, the timing is no coincidence. The move reflects a clear intention from Arne Slot's side to sharpen their attacking edge. Let's break this down, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Liverpool midfielder Lucas Stevenson, who has been a regular under Arne Slot in pre-season, is wanted by at least 6 clubs, including interest in a permanent deal. Stevenson has been a favourite of Slot's throughout his pre-season preparations, having proved to the head coach that he can be a reliable figure last year. The 21-year-old has played at right-back, centre-back and in midfield during Liverpool's warm-up fixtures so far and is expected to feature in Monday's doubleheader against Athletic Club. But having gone unused in the 3-1 win over Yokohama F. Marinos in Japan, the likelihood is that Stevenson will leave the club again this summer. At least 5 clubs hold an interest in a loan, with Dundee United already confirmed to be eyeing a renewed deal after a successful spell last season, while Swansea, Cardiff, Reading and Rotherham are also suitors. And following Stevenson's success in the Scottish Premiership last term, the Liverpool Echo's Ian Doyle reports that Aberdeen are considering a permanent offer. Liverpool and Aberdeen have built a positive relationship in recent years, including a loan move for midfielder Leighton Clarkson, which paved the way for a long-term switch to Aberdeen. Like Stevenson at Dundee United, Clarkson won the Young Player of the Year award in his initial spell at Aberdeen and became a fan's favourite. Whether Liverpool will be open to a sale at this stage is unclear, and much could hinge on Slot's own decision over his future. Though he is clearly admired within the first team setup, turning 22 next month, it could be a pivotal juncture for a player who already has 68 senior appearances under his belt during loans at Barrow and then Dundee United. The situation is clouded by the fact Stevenson's contract is set to expire in 2026, meaning if he were to head out on loan again, he would need to first sign an extension. Last month, The Athletic's Greg Evans reported that this was the most likely eventuality, with Slot said to be keen to monitor his progress elsewhere for another season. But knowing he has less than 12 months left on his terms at Liverpool may encourage Aberdeen that a bargain deal could be struck. A third scenario remains in that Stevenson could in fact stay on Merseyside as a first-team option, with his new eligibility as a homegrown player particularly useful in the Premier League. Now, in a huge striker transfer, Liverpool have confirmed the signing of striker Will Wright from Salford City, with the new arrival debuting days after his $200,000 transfer went through. A deal was agreed between Liverpool and League Two side Salford City earlier this week, allowing Wright to undergo and pass a medical. LFC News understands the transfer is worth upwards of $200,000 and saw the Premier League champions beat Arsenal to his signing, despite the London club offering a higher transfer fee and wages. Wright was convinced to join Liverpool not only as it allowed him and his family to remain in the Northwest, but also for the footballing opportunities it presented. The 17-year-old's transfer was not formally announced, which is typical of youth signings, but he went straight into Rob Page's under-21 squad. That brought a first outing at the AXA Training Centre on Saturday, as the young Reds drew 0-0 with Hull in their latest pre-season friendly. Replacing key role Figueroa for the final 30 minutes, Wright joined Kaide Gordon and Trent Cone-Doherty in attack, and went close to a late winner. It wasn't to be, but it will be considered a productive start for the teenager, who is being fast-tracked through the ranks despite still being eligible for the under-18s. Wright is expected to be a regular starter for Page's under-21s this season, and while there have been no assurances at this stage, it is likely that he will be given exposure in first-team training at some stage. That would follow a trend seen with Liverpool's more high-profile academy signings of late, with Trey Nyoni and Rio Ngumoha prime examples. Both were brought in from fellow English sides, Nyoni from Leicester and Ngumoha from Chelsea, and featured for both the under-18s and under-21s in their first seasons on Merseyside. But with a clear faith in their ability to step up, Liverpool also afforded chances in senior training at the AXA, and both debuted for the first team in their maiden campaign at the club. Whether Wright can emulate the pair or follow a steadier path, such as with Amara Nallo, signed from West Ham at the same time as Nyoni, but yet to establish himself in the senior setup despite opportunities, remains to be seen. Much will depend on how quickly he settles and how he shows himself in training and games for a new look under-21 side. But there will be no pressure on the youngster internally, as despite already making his first team debut for Salford City, the transition to Liverpool's academy will be a step up. In other news, Liverpool will submit a second offer for Alexander Isak on the proviso that Newcastle secure his replacement, with a much improved offer expected on Tyneside. With some reporters maintaining Liverpool are inclined not to bid again after an offer in the region of £110 million was rejected, the Mail's Craig Hope has insisted Liverpool have not walked away. Hope, closely connected with Newcastle and currently reporting on their pre-season tour of Asia, has reported Liverpool will submit an improved offer should Newcastle make progress on Isak's replacement. Newcastle are said to be anticipating a much improved approach as they push to complete the signing of RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko after tabling a £69.9 million offer for the forward. The Slovenian would be a replacement for Isak, who is to return to Newcastle after training in Spain with his personal fitness coach while his teammates travelled to Asia for pre-season. Hopes adds that Liverpool will know they are wasting their time making an offer, whilst Newcastle are waiting for a response from Sesko, with Man United also in contention. It is a transfer house of cards, with one move to unlock the rest of the chain, and Liverpool have been told it will take closer to £150 million for Newcastle to do a deal. The latest report comes a day after Hope relayed that sources suspect the Reds have bottled it and have strung along Isak, but they would not have tabled a bid they knew would be rejected if that was the case. Sky Sports' Newcastle reporter, Keith Downey, meanwhile, has added on YouTube that, obviously if Sesko comes in, that will allow Isak to go. Liverpool will come back in with an increased bid. All this nonsense that Liverpool have made their final bid. They have not made their final bid. There's 4 weeks of the window to go. Newcastle's public stance that they will not sell the Swede has shifted significantly, and it is expected that the two clubs will eventually reach an agreement for a British transfer record. For the time being, Isak will know Liverpool are serious in their bid to land him, having tabled a formal offer, and personal terms will be a non-issue after the striker moved to ostracise himself at Newcastle. So what do you make of this? Do you think Liverpool will submit another bid? Or is this all just a tactic to unsettle an incredibly dangerous player from a rival team? Let me know what you think. Will we see Isak walk through the doors of Anfield this window? But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.